William Eugene Gergen was born at home on 815 First Avenue Southeast in Watertown, South Dakota on July 22nd, 1935, to Frank and Clara Gergen. He attended kindergarten at Garfield School, just a few blocks from his home, and loved school. He attended grade school at Immaculate Conception School and then Watertown Junior High, and he finally graduated from Watertown Senior High School, where he participated in football. Grandpa shared that kindergarten was by far his favorite year of school. As a boy growing up, Bill enjoyed playing baseball, at Diamond Ball, fishing and exploring with his friends and brothers, Jim, Dick, and Dan, and his sister Marie, along with many cousins. He enjoyed Boy Scout activities, woodworking, canoeing, swimming, and his great memories of summer camps, sleeping in tents, fishing, hiking, and cooking Boy Scout delight over the campfire at Camp Itasca. Itasca, I butchered that. Near Big Stone Lake in South Dakota. Bill spent time in Wallace, South Dakota on his Grandpa Benson's farm, helping in the summers. He also has fond memories of traveling to Valley Forge in Pennsylvania to attend the Boy Scout Jamboree. Wife Pat, through mutual friends. For their first date, Bill asked Pat to go to a movie in Watertown. Pat lives on the farm where Grandpa lives now. Well, on the date, Bill asked Pat if she knew where they could go hunt some rabbits on their way to the show. They ended up in the hills between Waverly and Cranford, and Bill's car got stuck. Bill shared later in the date that they got a flat tire. Needless to say, Bill and Pat did not make the movie. The start of Bill and Pat's relationship is woven through how they live their life together, always making the best out of whatever came their way and relying on each other, their love, and their faith to help move them through. Bill enlisted in the Navy and arrived at Great Lakes Naval Station on November 3rd, 1953. Then it was on to San Diego Naval Training Center, learning to be a Navy radio man. Bill was then stationed at the Naval Air Station, North Island in California, and he was responsible for transmitting and receiving communications on ships, aircrafts, and land stations. Bill served on the ships of the USS, I'm going to butcher this, you just say it.
Sure.
Okay, USS
Boxer and USS Kearsarge.
While in the Navy, he traveled to Hawaii, Philippines, Guam, Japan, and Hong Kong. Pat and Bill were married on August 13, 1955 in California. Their first son, Greg, was born on Balboa, did I say that right? Balboa Hospital, May 13, 1956. Bill was honorably discharged from the Navy October 5th, 1957. And in 2022, Bill was invited aboard an honor flight with other veterans, and he boarded the plane in the early morning with his granddaughter, Kansas, and they flew to Washington, D.C., spent the day exploring, and returned to Sioux Falls late that evening to a big welcoming crowd of family. After the Navy, Bill tried several jobs. One of his jobs outside of the military was driving a delivery pop truck, and he was always impressed with how friendly all the farmers on his route were. In the fall of 1958, or shortly after Tim was born, Bill settled into farming. He began farming the land he still lives on today with Pat's father, Pete Abrams. Bill shared that they farmed with horses, a case, and a Ford tractor. And as the farm grew, so did Bill's farm family. With the addition of Carla in 1960, Jim in 1962, and Terry in 64, Lisa in 72. He bought his 4020 John Deere tractor in 1966 for $5,000. He milked cows, raised pigs, beef cattle, sheep, horses, chickens, guineas, goose, cats, dogs, and all the kids on the farm. His kids fondly remember all the opportunities they had to pick rock as children growing up. Many lessons were learned in the fields by the 6 siblings as they grew. And in 1960, with the help from his uncle Lawrence, his cousins Butch and Shorty, and some friends, Bill built his home for his growing family. He recalls the new home costing $8,000 to build. Bill and Pat hosted many friends and families for birthday parties, 4th of July celebrations, holidays with Christmas with Santa, card parties, and hunting groups, and they greatly enjoyed all their visitors to the farm. Pat was a fantastic hostess, baker, and cook. It was always a treat to see what dessert Pat had prepared for visitors, and everything she made was delicious. Bill has been an active member of his community. He has been deeply devoted to his Catholic faith. He attended Waverly St. Joseph's Catholic Church until it closed, and he became a member of the Immaculate Conception in Watertown. He has helped out in many ways, including being an usher at church, and he has been a part of numerous farm boards, water boards, and was recognized for his conservative efforts. Supporting your mustaches. Bill enjoyed playing on a Waverly slow-pitch softball team as the kids got older, and Bill and Pat were always very welcoming to all who showed up to the farm, showing us that there is always room for one more at the table. Bill and Pat made the perfect travel team. Bill was behind the wheel, taking in the scenery, while Pat sat shotgun with a map in her hand, guiding their way with a mix of precision and intuition. Bill remembers many special times in the beautiful Black Hills at Camp Remington, Arizona in the winter, and traveling to many states to see family and friends. Some of the most memorable adventures were shared in the company of Dan and Julie and Dick and June. Came to visit. Holidays filled the home Grandpa Bill with lots of love, laughter, and a little victory, mainly by the kids. The grandchildren enjoyed playing games outside, playing pool in the basement, and sometimes some extracurricular activities on the treadmill. Getting tractor rides with Grandpa, going to pick out special rocks to take home, and hunting gophers. The next generation of Gergen great-grandchildren have been blessed with time and fun on great-grandpa's farm. Whenever a new great-grandchild arrived, it was an unspoken rule that great-grandpa got the first cuddles on the day, earning him the loving title, Baby Hog. And then we're going to pause for some pictures. Bill continues to enjoy visiting with his friends and family, traveling to Idaho, Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota, North Dakota, and the Black Hills, playing cards, holding babies, NASCAR races, holding more babies, Green Bay Packers, cheer for the Green Bay Packers. from the bleachers. Crazy. Music and school and church programs. He enjoys water fights with the great-grandkids. Celebrating holidays and birthdays. Attending church, reading and word finds, phone calls from his friends and family, Snapchats. He's on Snapchat that hit his grandpa, Facebook, and learning new things on his iPad. What a blessing it is to be here today to honor and celebrate Bill on his 90th birthday. Here's to a man who is easy to love. A man who emphasizes hard work, care for others, and abundance of patience, at least for his grandchildren. God bless William Eugene on your 90th birthday. We love you. Now, Carla, you can make an announcement. Do you want the mic?
No. Try and take pictures before everybody kind of goes outside. Let's try and do that. I know they want a cousin's picture of all the cousins together. So maybe we'll start with that. I know that we probably have a picture too. So we'll just kind of gather here and kind of go through here. Let's start with the cousin's picture.
Well, I remember back when Elvis and Carl and Rock and Jerry Lee had everybody waiting for the sun to come up down in Memphis, Tennessee. It was rockabilly music, and for sure there ain't no doubt. A little R&B and country with a beat, and it turned you inside out. We were rocking and rolling and digging it, then it was a brand new sound. But rockabilly is even better the second time around. Well, I remember back when Chuck walked the duck across the nation. Little Rock and Coma was my favorite radio station. Soon Buddy Holly and Gene Vincent and Eddie Cochran too. Say that'll be the day when the Bebop-a-Lula give me the summertime blues. Well, it's hard to believe they're gone. Everybody's still singing their song. But rockabilly keeps on going strong. A black sport coat with a hot pink trim, that was cool, yeah, that was it. My collar turned up and a sneer on my lip like a sexy Elvis grin. A ducktail hair, shaky leg to make the young girls scream. I was a rockabilly rebel without a cause, just like James Dean. A 51 Merc, louvered hood, split manifold and glass backs on. A police escort out of many a town with my rockabilly song. Well, I remember when everybody got high, talking nothing but rockabilly. Didn't sing about smoke or coke or dope,